Hey guys! Okay, so please pardon the hair. It's hot in Florida, and Florida weather does not treat your hair too nicely all the damn time. And it's raining. So it's a ugly gray day here as I do this recording here for my fellow ladies. So for those that follow me on Instagram, here I am again. Hello! As I fix my camera. And for those that don't follow me on Instagram, my name is Tiffany. Please look at my videos on YouTube so you can get a feel for my history and what it is that I'm doing in terms of this project. And please just feel free to enjoy this one as well. So, ladies, I'm kind of on here today to discuss self-love. Okay? So, I see so many women, amazing women, not practice self-love. And I think it's because they don't know. I mean, if you don't know what you don't know, how do you fix it, right? So, and I speak from experience. I didn't know what self-love and self-care was till 27, 28 years old. Like, that's not okay. You know, you should, as a girl, as a woman, especially a girl transitioning into a woman, you need certain things to be able to properly adapt in your relationships, I guess, adult relationships. And when certain components are missing, it's not a good thing, you know. The puzzle isn't together, if that makes sense. So I feel like most of the time we walk around here depressed, not loving ourselves because we don't know how. We don't know what that is. How do you love the intangible? How do you love what you can't? I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words, because you can feel you can hear you can, you know, like, but you still can't love you. You can love objects, you can love things, you can love things that you hear, you smell, you taste. You can take that for how you want. See, but you can't love you. And again, ladies, I think it's because we don't know how. We don't know how to love the intangible. So I learned at 27, 28 the hard way. However, the reason why I'm on this project is because my goal is, if I can prevent the next woman from destroying herself because she didn't love herself, then I did my job. That's what I'm doing. That's my goal. I want you to love you at your current age. Hopefully you're younger than me. But I want you to love you at your current age. Not learn to love you after things go wrong and you have to figure out why. So, us as women, we have many roles in society. Society takes up our life for the most part. I mean, we're mothers, we're business women, we're wives, you're housekeepers, you're referees for your children, you're the chef, you're the baker. I mean, there's so many roles for women, right? So within all these roles that you have to do, how do you love yourself? When do you find time to love yourself? usually that falls on the wayside. I mean, let's keep it real. It's 2021. Life is busy. Life is fast. When you have that one moment to breathe, who the hell wants to spend it on self-care, self-love? But you have to. You have to. Because if you keep pouring from an empty cup, you will not be able to continue. And I am your witness. I poured from an empty cup until it destroyed me. And then I had to sit down for a whole year to refill that cup because it was totally empty. To then keep going in life. If I can prevent you from doing that, then that's a good job for me. So loving ourselves, right? What is that? Well, like I said before, I feel like it's hard to love yourself when it's so intangible, you know? Yeah, you're you. You can love somebody else. You can love a toxic person. But you're just you. You're you. You just roll with the punches. You deal with life. So, no. That's not correct. That's not correct. Ladies, I know that life is busy. I know that, and granted, you guys might be like, well, you don't have no children. What do you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. I don't have children. And to be honest, I don't know if that's in my future. I don't know if that's something that I'd like to do. But what I will say is everybody has a choice in bettering themselves. That is a choice that goes across the board for everybody. So what you do with your time and how you manage your time is what's going to get you the results that you're looking for. Either way, and I think that goes fair with everything that we do across the board. Whatever you put your time into and your result, that's the results you're going to get. So why not put your time into you? Screw that toxic relationship. He said he was gonna get it together for the 1,000th time. Okay. Well, why don't you take care of you in the midst of him taking care of him? And if he shows up and shows out, cool. That's in addition to your happiness. That's in addition to what you got going on. But you're not sitting around waiting for him to make you happy, for him to empower you. No. Keep moving. Put yourself first. Self-love, self-care. So, I feel like loving yourself has two aspects to it. It has a self-love and self-care aspect to it, and then it has the investing aspect to it. Okay? I feel like personally, I always had the investing part down packed. Okay? It was nothing for me. First of all, I said before, I knew I always wanted to be a registered nurse. I've been wanting to be a nurse since the age of 5, and nobody could change that. So here we are. But, I brought home the good grades. Okay, I went to public school for, pre-K, K, first and second, and then Catholic school on until graduating high school. I always brought home the good grades. Always. I was raised by my grandmom, so being a first generation immigrant born here, education is a priority. Okay, that's what's instilled in us. You know, education. You have to invest in yourself. Education, education. So I did that. I mean, you know, I went to college. I got my RN. Okay. I'm sitting here thinking like I'm loving myself. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is great. Like, this is wonderful. No, no. Yes, it's one component, but it's not everything. Self-love is also investing in, is also caring for yourself. Okay. That's the part I didn't have down packed too much. I'd care for others. I mean, I was a CNA since I was 17. I knew how to care for others. I knew how to put other people first. But I didn't know how to care for me. What does that mean? What does that consist of? Well, I'll tell you about a friend who had this down packed, and I don't even, well, she does know, because she was the one that told me. She said, Tiff, you need to exercise. You need to love yourself. You need to care for yourself. And I'm like, girl, how do I begin to do that? You know, how do I begin to care for myself when you know what I mean? I don't even know what that is. Like, I care for myself. I mean, my hygiene is up to date. I'm going to school. I mean, I'm caring for myself. Like, you know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what my parents tell me to do. I'm caring for myself. What are you talking about? She said, Tiff, you need to love yourself, okay? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing all these things, and that's not covering the love component to me. So what are you talking about? She was like, Tiff, you need to exercise. I said, but I hate exercise. Like, I don't even, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, like, not me. Like, that's not me. Girl, if I can tell you, fast forward 3 years later, that exercising saved my life, okay? I was at a fork in my life to whereas it was either life or death. This was 2020, March, April of 2020. It was life or death. If I continue to live like this, I will die if I don't make different decisions. It has been the best decision I've ever made. Remember, I said I've always been good at academics and things of that nature, and school and things. Exercising has been a whole nother level to investing in me that I don't even think I can put into words, okay? It has brought so much positive change to my life, okay? And this is, I emphasize on exercising in terms of this self-love because I feel like it is the priority in self-love. It's the priority in self-care. Exercising, like I said, I was at a fork in my life. I'm trying to measure what I say because I'm going in a timeline in terms of my history, so I don't want to reveal too much right now. But I was at a fork. I was at a fork, and drugs were involved. And I said, if I don't make better decisions, I will lose everything, including myself. So, loving you is investing in you. Self-care, look at it as an investment. Okay? Yeah. you know, you want to go for that job promotion. You want to go for that extra dollar that's being offered to you. You want to go get that house. That you want to have. We always have these huge, big financial perspectives to us, right? Huge, like, I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to be... Yeah, that's all well and good, that's great. But how are you going to take care of yourself long enough to get there? Because, listen, being rich, successful, money, all that, don't think that it doesn't bring more problems. Don't think that it doesn't bring any more stress. Don't think, like, just because you have money or don't, like, that's not going to solve your issues, okay? Life is always going to keep going. How are you going to continue to empower yourself to reach those goals? Okay? And self-care and exercising, it's not only a physical thing, okay? It has helped out with so many aspects of my life, okay? Physically, mentally, okay? Mentally, I was always very needy, okay? I kept everybody in my life. I kept everybody. It's like a void that I was just trying to fill with people. My grandma passed away at 18. That made the void even bigger. So I always try to fill my life with all these people, you know, and hold on to people that really didn't give two fucks about you, okay? I always say there's not enough love in this world, and you end up looking for love in the bad places, and that includes people, places, and things, okay? It wasn't until August of 2020 that I cut my first high school sweetheart off. I laugh at myself because I was 14 years, okay? 14 years. I said, Tiff, what are you holding on to after 14 years? You know, you're holding on to the fairy tale that you had with him freshman year of high school for a couple months. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you. He's just keeping you around for the possibility that there might be some type of sexual intercourse in the future. But he don't care about you. Family members. I'm not going to go too into much detail right now. That'll be for a different day. But there's a whole bunch of family members that I cut off. Toxicity. My relationship with men and overall in general have changed when I started loving me. Toxic relationships around me started dissipating when I started loving me. I would have never been able to do that without that mental health aid that exercising contributed to. I'd never be able to have the confidence, because not only, you know what I mean, did it help with my mental, but also my confidence. You know, I can walk down the street now in front of a whole bunch of guys and not be hiding under my skin in terms of what it is that I'm missing or that I don't have. And granted, I have insecurities. They're evident. Like, my face is one of them, okay? I've struggled with acne forever. But you know what? Fuck it. And fuck you too. Because I love me. God loves me. So the fuck do I need you to love me for? And that's the mentality I'd love all women to adapt at one point in their lives. Girls, ladies. I was not confident at all. Okay? I was far from confident. I got lost in a room full of people. Okay? For me to even be doing this video right now is a lot on me. I did not like the attention, because the attention brought insecurities. And I didn't want anybody to see my insecurities. Why? Why? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. So why do I have to act like I'm perfect for you? And you know, all of this came about when I started loving myself. When I started loving myself and putting myself first, my life changed. Personally, I feel like I can say that's how I fixed my life. Was when I started loving myself. And granted, my life is nowhere near perfect. I mean, listen, for those that know me, it's insane. But I'm definitely at a better place in my life today than I was this time last year or this time 2 years ago. And again, it's all because I started to love myself. I put myself first. I started exercising. I started eating right. I started eating healthy. Guys, we are what we eat. And granted, I don't eat the healthiest, but I do try to eat healthy, exercise. It really makes a difference. I can't, I feel like without those things I'd be dead, because I don't know where else I would channel all my anger, frustration, all my emotions, if I didn't have these entities to channel them into, like exercising, eating right, things of that nature. So, like I mentioned, you know, exercising has helped my mental health dramatically. You know, me putting myself first, I've lost a lot of relationships, you know, high school sweetheart, family members. I mean, but you know what? It has been one of the best things I've ever done for me. Because I never knew who I was. I knew that I was here. I knew that I've always wanted to be a nurse. But other than that, I didn't really know, you know. I didn't really have much guys or family aspirations until I met Rez. Rez was my first love that unfortunately passed away February of this year. So I never really had any women, motherly ambitions, because I didn't know who I was. I knew Okay, go to school. Okay, my parents told me to go to school. Okay, I go to school. Go to work. Okay, well, I need to make money, so go to work. But I never really had any aspirations in terms of family life, motherhood. So I didn't really know until now. Until you reach the other side of things and you're like, oh, hold on, I might have not known who I was or who I wanted to be, but I know I definitely don't want to be this person that I'm heading down. So let me fix it. So cutting people off, especially family, has helped me find who I am. If that makes sense. It has brought such a peace and understanding to who I am and how and why certain things happened in my life. If that makes sense. Trying to figure out who I was in the midst of having everybody else telling me who I was chaotic. It was frustrating. Like, how are you going to sit here and tell me what I like? Or, yeah, I'm going to ride with you and like what you like because you're my older X, Y, and Z, and this is the way we've always done things, and, you know. I wish I would have adapted self-love, self-care a long time ago. My life would have been way different. And certain encounters may have not been as catastrophic as they ended out to be in my life. So, self-love, self-care, ladies, it's so important, along with investing in yourself. Okay, so I talked the good part about self-love, self-care, self-love and self-care. That's doing that 30-minute exercise, 45-minute listen, I don't exercise long. I change my shape in a year, exercising maybe 3 or 4 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes a day. Okay, I hate exercising. I don't like exercising, but I do it because I know it brings me mental stability. I have anger problems too, so I do have to release endorphins every once in a while, stress management. But it has brought me so much mental stability, physical stability, so much confidence, even spirituality. I feel at peace. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so relaxed after my exercise. I don't know. Emotional stability. Because a girl that was needy and kept everybody in her life from the first high school boyfriend that she had, she now can count in one hand, maybe 2, the amount of people that she interacts with and she deals with on a day-to-day basis. So we covered physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, financial. Nah, that's a different realm for me in terms of that and exercising, that I might get into later down in the line, but it has brought positive contributions to my life. And that is just by prioritizing me and loving me. Because in the midst of all these transgressions, in the midst of all these people that I've lost, I realized nobody is going to love me the way I love me. Because nobody has gone through the things that I've gone through. Therefore, nobody can protect you the way you can protect yourself. Okay. So, I drove in on the self-care, the self-love part. I do want to just touch on the investing in yourself part, okay? Ladies, chase your dollar, okay? Don't chase these men. Chase your dollar. In the midst of this grief that I got going on, in the midst of these transition that I have going on, yes, I've invested in myself, obviously. I went to college, I got my education, I got my degree. I will stop and say that investing in yourself is not only going to college, it is financially progressing yourself, okay? So investing in yourself, yes, I chose to go to college and this, that, and the third, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you only invest in yourself if you go to college. No, fuck that. Personally, if I would have known what I would know now, I probably wouldn't have gone to college. I would have started a business. But that's neither here nor there. Invest in yourself. Financially progress yourself, okay? Don't chase these men. Chase that dollar, okay? Because that's what's going to bring you stability tomorrow. So what that means is start that business, okay? Take that finance classes. Take that extra notary course. Take whatever it is that you feel will take you to that next financial progressive level, okay? Because I know that in the midst of all this that I've been going through, I have clung onto my financial goal, the progression of my financial goal. I can honestly say I have clung to that, because if I wouldn't have given myself that perspective in the midst of all this that I have going on, I would still be in the bed under my covers. It gives me a purpose. It gives me something to look forward to. It gives me something to achieve. Ladies, I know all of us are not ambitious. We're not like go-getters, money. Some of us kind of like rely on family life, and you want the family and you want that. I get that. But you know what? What I'm about to tell you is going to help you probably, at least I hope, empower you, okay? I read a lot of blogs, especially when I cut off my high school sweetheart back in August of 2020, okay? I read a lot of blogs in terms of men's understanding of women. And granted, I'm not an expert. I would never understand them because they're just so complicated species. But what I did understand and appreciate from that reading was men don't like no needy woman. As soon as they see neediness, they run. Or they put you in another category. Like, she'll always be there. Let me see what else is going on. On to the next one. Okay? They don't like women that... Listen, it's 2021. Nobody wants to support anybody financially nowadays. That shit is for the birds. It's like 1900 style. Nobody does that anymore, okay? So you're going to have to be about your paper regardless. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, but men don't like liabilities. They like assets. Even if you're an asset and they don't mind turning you into a liability, that's a different story. But what they want is an asset, okay? So, even if you are this woman that is like driven by family life and children and things of that nature, I still strongly recommend you to financially progress in your goals, because one, it'll make you feel better. I'm like, money will always make you feel better. But two, it will teach him how to treat you. Okay? You're about your money, you're about your business, he'll be about your business. I mean, he's not going to want you to just wait around on him all damn day. I mean, especially if he's ambitious, if he's a go-getter, however he makes his money. Especially if, you know, because us nice girls, we like the thugged out, the bad boys, the this, that, and the third. I get it. I feel y'all, ladies. I feel y'all. I've been there. I did it. I've been victimized by many of them. But those type of men definitely do not like no soft behind girl. They like a girl that is going to be about their business, about their money, somebody that they really don't have to take care of. Even if they care for you in the long run, they definitely don't want to come in here thinking that they have to care for you in any type of aspect, shape, or form. Mentally, emotionally, physically. They want you to have that shit handled. They want to just be an addition. And that's how you should treat them, as an addition to your happiness, as an addition to what you got going on already, as an addition. So, ladies, either way, whether you're that ambitious girl that wants to, you know, get money and have all the houses and the cars, and keep striving, because it's gonna pay off, okay? Like, that's me. That's who I am, and that's who I'm trying to be. If you're the type of girl that puts more into family life and things of that nature, that's great. But still prioritize you. And you might have to change the type of men that you like, you know, because these bad boys, they just don't be into all that family life. So I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, so either way, you have to invest in yourself, okay? Whether that's self-care or whether that's financially progressing, you have to invest in yourself. Nobody else is going to invest in you. And the way this is going, the way 21st century culture, dating culture and marriage is going, it has changed like everything else in history. If you guys look at history, everything has changed. Technology, human interaction, accessibility, everything has changed. So what makes you think that relationship culture hasn't changed and won't modernize into a whole new culture? Like, the fact that it might go back to the way it was, and that love is actually a real thing, and that it might not be a realistic perspective. We might be in this whole hookup dating culture for a while. We don't know. But what I am saying is, in the midst of this whole dating culture, hookup, what is it? Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. You have to remain a priority for you. Because that is so easily taken away in this culture by what you think is a prospect. So please, invest in you, ladies, okay? I know it's hard. I know it's busy. I know life is busy, okay? But it's a building block, and it really has. It really is. I hated exercising, okay? I hated it. You know what I started doing? Every day, because I was dealing with a lot of emotions and mental health. My mental health was crap. I started running. So I actually went for a walk. I started going for a walk. So the walks turned into, okay, I got a waist trainer over there from back in the day. Let me put that on. Okay. So now my walk went from once a week, maybe twice a week, to like 3 or 4 times a week. Let's go for this walk with this waist trainer. Started seeing changes. By that following week, I was jogging. Okay? He's like, all right. I forced myself. I had a gym across my apartment complex, but I forced myself to jog because I said if I jog, then I have no choice but to walk or run back. If I jog 15 minutes out, I have no choice but to walk or run back. I think that is a tip that you ladies should use. Just take, like I said, I know life is busy, but just like you can watch that TV show for an hour, or, you know, you can go out to eat, or you can have a couple sips, or you can do all the bad stuff throughout your day. But we can't take 30 minutes to 45 minutes to do what we need to do for us. You will see the results. I promise you. I promise. I was never an exerciser. I hated exercising. I never did sports ever. Trust me. I'm still exercise today. I don't have the perfect body. But it has brought me so many changes to my life. It has brought me so much confidence that I needed. It has brought me so much stability that I missed. It has opened me up so much to different type of people in the world. And it just started with one decision, which was I needed to do something. I needed to take control of something within my life right now. And what is it that I could have controlled? It was me. It was my own body. It was my exercising. It was me. That was the only thing that I can control at that time. And I took it and I ran with it. So like I said, I started walking. That walking turned into walking with the waist trainer. That walking with the waist trainer, that following week turned into jogging. All right, let me see if I can jog this amount. And I would jog and walk, and I still jog and walk because I don't like exercising. So jogging and walking, that turned into, then after a couple weeks of doing that turned into, actually working out 4 to 5 times a week and things of that nature. But, that was a progressive state. So I'd say I started exercising April of 2020 consistently up till today. I took a couple months off this year because of this grief that I'm going through, but it has been a consistent thing in my life because I've made it that way. It's a priority that I owe myself. And you owe it to yourself as well. So just for, quick little guidance here in terms of self-care, exercising. Read that book. Read that book that's going to get you that extra knowledge. Obviously, ladies, we're good at doing nails, hair, eyebrows. Go for that massage. Go for that walk when you're really, really pissed off, opposed to picking up a drink. Develop those good, healthy habits. And granted, I'm still working on mine. I'm not all the way there yet. But it's one day at a time. It's a building block. And it's an accountability. It's writing in that journal. There's so many things to self-care. Look into it. Invest in it. Invest in yourself. I'm going to just wrap this up really quickly here, but I got a lot of my basis today off this documentary that I saw from on Amazon, and it's Mary J's documentary called My Life. Please, ladies, it's on Amazon. Go look at it. It is ridiculously inspiring. I knew I wanted to go about doing this whole project. I just didn't know how. So she gave me a lot of my bases in terms of how I felt, how I started, how I can empower other women, and how there's strength in numbers, okay? Like, there's strength in numbers. I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. So I strongly recommend for you ladies that are looking at me today to please go look at that documentary on Amazon, which is Mary J's documentary, My Life. And it talks about her struggles. It talks, it talks about the pain. Pain. If you give your pain a purpose, you'll be fucking amazing. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm giving my pain a purpose because it's been a lot. There's been a lot of pain these past couple years. So, she came from pain, poverty. She was molested, violence, ghetto neighborhood, poverty. She is an amazing role model to women empowerment. Get inspired, ladies. Get inspired. I'm like, it's a woman's world. It's a woman's world. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop doing this. She mentioned something about insecurity makes you feel like this is it. I can agree with that. Insecurity can be your biggest enemy. It makes you feel like you can't do it. You're not good enough. What are they going to say? Who cares? Who cares? Their opinions do not matter. Do their opinions pay your bills? No. And that's what I constantly got to keep telling myself with everything. I'm very opinion people based. Like, oh my God. What does it matter? Because at the end of the day, I still got to come up with X, Y, and Z to pay that damn bill. Be free. Be free. Be empowered. Be vocal. In the documentary, it also said, vulnerability is, it's expressing yourself. It's what allows you to be you. Totally different than insecurity. I'm like, when you do you and you're vocal and expressive, negativity tends to dissipate. It goes away. When I started loving myself and empowering myself, toxic relationships and people dissipated. It goes away. I promise you. But you are in control of your life. You are the boss of your life. Only you. It's important to express yourself. It's important to use an outlet to express yourself. Again, when I said writing, exercising, these are all outlets. Ladies, moms, my fellow mommies, we get caught up in our roles. Again, this is an outlet. Use your outlets, because if not, it can be negative. It can be negative. So I just want to kind of end on this note here. It's also in regards to the documentary where Alicia Keys, she's on it. Alicia Keys is on it. Taraji Henson is on it. Mary J, of course. So please take a look at it. But she says something about self-love and self-love and self-care is acknowledging your own voice and instinct. So it's creating, I personally feel like it's creating her. You're creating her. By self-loving and self-caring, you're creating that person. Her likes, her dislikes. You're thinking about what's good for you, opposed to doing what other people say is good for you. That's self-love. Again, cutting people off of my life, out of my life. I now live in my own head, and I'm able to do what I want to do without the judgment of opinions. Now I can figure out what I like and don't like, opposed to following what others like and don't like. Self-love. Alicia Keys says, it's in the documentary, she says it's simple to love yourself. But I don't think it's simple. I don't think it's simple at all. I mean, the fact that I had to learn this process at 27 years old is not simple. It's not something that just comes to you naturally. It is harder to practice. She said it's simple to love yourself. It's harder to practice. I do agree with the part that it's harder to practice. And it is a lifelong journey. So, and my evolution personally, like Alicia also said, is not being afraid to expose my truth to touch somebody else's life. So like I said, I hope, if I can prevent you from destroying you the way I did because I didn't love myself, then I did my job. Yeah. That's my evolution. To not be afraid to expose my truth. To not feel afraid to look stupid or, to tolerate or hear certain opinions, or that takes courage. It takes strength. So I'm still currently working on that, trust me. But in sum, ladies, what is your talent? Everybody has a talent. You take that talent and you maximize your talent, okay? You believe in yourself and you invest in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself or invest in yourself, nobody else will. You take that talent and you believe in yourself and you invest in yourself. That's the only way you're going to get to the next level and to be a better you than you were yesterday. And what is the point of us being here if we're not going to be better than we were yesterday? Like, not for nothing, but if God can't use us anymore, there's not going to be a need for us. Our goal is to get better every day, not to remain stagnant. Stagnant brings the same decisions and the same progress. We want more, we want better. And that starts with the little things. What is your talent, ladies? What have you done today to invest in yourself? Have you taken 30 minutes to exercise? Have you taken 30 minutes to walk after you got pissed off? Did you take 45 minutes just to meditate? Did you take 20 minutes to write out your feelings for that day? Did you take 30 minutes to read a book to empower your knowledge? Again, I know that ladies have a lot of roles in society, but if we don't stop to do this, who will? Who will stop to do this for you? And invest in yourself. You are your biggest investment. That's currently what I'm doing. That's currently what I'm learning how to do. Yes, I'm an RN. I've done my fair share of things to get through to where I am today, but I still want more. So I'm also currently investing in myself, and there will be a couple projects that you will see in the future in terms of my investments as well. But sorry, ladies, this video was way longer than I intended it to be. Oh my gosh, almost an hour. But there was a lot of content in here that I needed to summarize and kind of make sense of and bring to your attention as well. So please take a look at that documentary on Amazon, Mary J. Blige. documentary, My Life. She talks about some awesome things on there, dark places that she got herself out of, and the self-love that she has grown to have for herself. So again, it's important. It's just as important as eating, as living, as breathing, as using the restroom. As it's just as important to fill your cup with you and loving you. All right. I shall catch you next time. Please leave me your feedback. Please like, subscribe, send me messages. I am on Instagram, ox_tiffxo. My contact information will be up there as well in terms of email. So please write me. I'd like to see what you have to say as well. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to catch you the next go around. Bye.